Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day, great weekend. Let's make it a great week, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Seek to know the truth. When you hear an opinion and believe it, you make an agreement, and that becomes part of your belief system. The only thing that can break this agreement is make a new one based on truth. Only the truth has the power to set you free. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 18, NASDAQ down 8, S&P's off 2.5, gold contract down up $7 at $1,667 an ounce. Silver up 64 cents at $31.05 an ounce. Platinum up $26 at $1,658 an ounce. Copper flat at $3.64 a pound. Light sweet crude up 54 cents at $94.15 a barrel. Bonds up 8 ticks at 145.17. King dollar down 76 ticks, trading out at 79.53. Euro up 36 at 133.79. And the yen up 27, trading out at 89.45. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, so what we have up here, folks, is we still have this 1474.51 that wants to get tested. You had a flat day today in the S&P, down $3. It's realistic, a flat day. This baby wants to get tested. On Friday, man, we came right next to it. We went to 1472.75. It's going to get up there. We'll see whether you get a successful test or not. Successful test, of course, is that it gets into that price point, it goes over that price point, and has volume simultaneously. That's a successful test. A failure is that it gets into that price, doesn't have enough volume, fails on price. Let me do the third scenario. Third scenario is that you go up, you go over, you have the volume, and you fail on price. What happens then? You go right back topside. Then the last one is that you get over it, you have lighter volume as you get over it, that will extend itself, then it will come back inside. Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow. This is what you have with the Dow. Dow Industrials today, flat market in the Dow, up $30, up $18. We did 563 million up here, so the Dow is extending itself with lighter volume right now. Really no movement. NASDAQ Composite. Okay, so now it's going to get interesting here, and this is what you have, folks. Composite, really a flat market also. $8, sideways move, down $8. We did 1.86 billion. It's probably 1.9 billion by now. Let me just see. 1.867. So what you have here, you get a sideways move, slightly lower, with more volume. The NASDAQ just can't handle these highs up here. That's what that comes down to. And what it's all about, of course, is good old Apple. So what do we have with Apple? Let's go over to Apple. Apple is in big trouble, folks. This is what it is. Now, we only did 25 million shares, which is not a lot, by the way, folks. Okay, when we came down 225 points from that 700 area, first leg down to 505.75, that low there had 45 million shares traded. We did a counter trend bounce from 505. It got up to 594 and 7 trading days, and it took all of 10 trading days to get back down to a lower low at 501.23. Now, that 501.23 had 27 million shares traded. Goes sideways again, goes topside, gets to a price point of 555. Now what you have is this. You're hammering this low, and we're closing right at the low. The last low out here was 501.23. We're closed. You can still trade it, but session meaning the whole exchange being opened at 501.75 with 25 million shares. What I expect you're going to see here is this. This very well could be the first gap away from a 3-gap play on the way down. And, we'll know ASAP, folks, because the bottom line is that it was a small gap today. Apple had closed last week at 520, opens today at 502, 18 points down. You never want to see an equity close at these lows out here. And the bottom line, what it also does, ABC-wise, is sets up that has one more day or 2 days or whatever that's going to be as it goes after that low to establish, is it an ABC structure on the way down, because you got to remember something. If there's an ABC structure on the way down, it's 225 points. You're talking about big numbers here. 877-927-6648. Let's go over to that bond market. What do we have with bonds out here? 30-year bond. This is where we stand with the 30-year right now. We're at 145.19. And what we did 258,000 contracts. I suspect what you're going to see here, you're going to see sideways movement for a few days. It's going to need a lot more than 258,000 contracts, folks. The higher range is right where we are right now, okay? So the higher range, meaning that the bond wants to go up to that 151 again, is once it gets inside 145.19. And we're closed at 145.19. So we'll see where that shakes out the next few days. Now, dollar index. This is what we did with the dollar index. Dollar index got to a lower low, did 25,000 contracts. That 25 is going into 33. Dollar also is going to need some strength to get higher. What we do have is this, is at the 79.40, that was the low, that was the high of the low that was established December 19th. I suspect what you see, we have 2 days of contracting volume. Last Thursday, this thing got hit fast, hard, furious, the whole ball of wax. 38,000 contracts on the way down. Friday, we hit 30,000, and today we went sideways with 25,000. Gold contract. What we have with gold is this. Gold, once again, couldn't get out of its way. Not a good scene, and this is what it is. We did 117,000 contracts out here today. We got to a price point of 1674. We're at 1667. We did it's like not even close either. Gold at this particular point, you got to remember we had come down with 253,000 contracts. We're talking about real force on the way down. In order to bust upside too, by the way, okay, what gold's doing right now, it's coming into the downdraft that was established on the 18th of December. What had happened that day, gold goes from 1704 to 1662. It gets down there with 180,000 contracts. That's when it broke ice. What gold's trying to do right now is it's trying to get back into that area. In order to get into that area, it's going to need a huge expansion with volume. Well, price number one, but no doubt with volume also. We take a look at some of the, let's go take a look at Dell. So intraday out here, Bloomberg is reporting that Dell is talking with a couple private equity firms, rumor time. Bottom line, Dell goes up $1.41. And the way we went up, that went up, 114,000 shares. And this is basically, we'll see if we can get something going, but it's certainly a dead cat. If we take Dell, we put this back 4 years, what you're going to see is that Dell has had a monster downturn going all the way back to 2012. That was trading at $18.33. Comes downtown to $8.64. What we also had happen in the gold market today was this, folks, okay? AZK, if you want to see something, how the valuations are happening in the gold market right now. Arizona Mines, okay, got a takeover from Alamos, and that was a hostile takeover, basically. Bottom line, though, is that they're paying nothing, or they want to pay nothing for the deal. Now, it was a good premium from last night, meaning it was the 34% premium from last night. But you can take a look at AZK. AZK is trading at $4.58. We bring this back. Bottom line is that at the high of the market, it was an $8 stock. That's on a technical basis. On a fundamental basis, what you have is this, folks, is that number is basically 5.5 times earnings, which is not big money. But that is what has happened in the takeover market the past year, and so this correction's not over. That's the bottom line, and they're trying to come in, and we'll see where that whole baby shakes out. Meaning, will they get the equity or won't they? Some of the high volume stocks out here today. Well, actually, let's go. I want to go to J.P. Morgan for a second. J.P. Morgan, they get all sorts of action happening out here. So J.P. Morgan closed at 45.88. It's trading down 20 cents right now. But what are they saying? Okay. J.P. Morgan is ordered to correct It's money laundering compliance. There's going to be a lot of action with J.P. Morgan because when you had the Fed orders J.P. Morgan to enhance Bank Security Act compliance. Bottom line is that, yeah, you have a monster bank and they get some regulatory issues right now, but that's part of the overhead. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.